Welcome back to Bourbon Social's Whiskey Reviews. I'm your host, James from Bourbon Social. In today's video, I'll be doing a semi-blind tasting of 3 different samples of Stagg from 2023. Batch 23A coming in at 130.2 proof, Batch 23B coming in at 127.8 proof, and Batch 23C coming in at 125.9 proof. As always, before I begin the review, please hit that like button and make sure you subscribe to the Bourbon Social YouTube channel. I would also like to take a moment to thank my buddy Jeff, who goes by Batch 2 Bourbon, for sending me all 3 of these handshakes to sample. I cannot express enough how much I appreciate the generosity of the entire Bourbon Social community. So thank you again, Jeff. I'm looking forward to finally doing this review. Okay, so here's how I'm going to do this. I will nose each glass first to try to determine which one I like on the nose the best. Then I will taste each 3 to try to figure out which one I like on the palate the best. Then I'll try to make my overall opinion, which one I like most, which one I like least. Let's give this a spin. Whichever glass lands in front of me will be our first sample. Let's see, I guess it's safe to say this is closest. Give it a little swirl on the nose. I like the way this one smells. It packs an ethanol punch, but once you get past that, it does have some sweetness to it. It does have a very light char on the nose. It smells really nice. Okay, we'll put this here. We'll put this here. We will make this our second sample. You know what? I'll just put this here. I'll get rid of this. Keep this in front. Sample number 2 on the nose. Sample number 2 definitely has a bigger ethanol punch. It smells darker on the nose. It smells like it has a little more proof to it. Definitely more prominent notes of tobacco and leather. I like the way this one smells too, and it's funny, they're very different. That's a little lighter and sweeter. This one's a little more darker and richer. Another nice nose. Sample number 3 on the nose. This one doesn't have a lot of ethanol, but it's also kind of lackluster. I seem to be getting more spices on the nose from this one. It's allspice, some black pepper. They all smell really nice. I'm going to slide this over. This one has the most, this one has the most ethanol. Smells the highest proof. And this one smells the sweetest. So, as far as on the nose, I will put this one first. I'm going to put them in front of me. First, second, third. I'm going to nose them one more time. Sweetness to it. A peppery spice to it. And barrel age to this one. So, favorite, second favorite, least favorite. Now let's have a sample of each one. Give it another swirl on the palate. Cheers, everybody. This has a little heat to it, a nice finish. It's definitely got some warmth to it. It's got a little peppery spice. It's not very rich and complex, kind of thin actually, but very warm. Not super impressed with this one. It smells better than it tastes. I get a sweetness on the nose that I don't get on the palate. Let me have one more sip. It's starting to come through on the second sip. Maybe I just need my palate to acclimate to the flavor. Just some dark brown sugar on there. A little bit of charred oak. Not a lot of sweetness. Not a big finish. I don't think this will stay in first place, just based on the palate. Let's move on to sample number 2. Give it a little swirl. Cheers, everybody. On the palate. That's rich and viscous. That one coats the tongue. That one has a beautiful mouthfeel. That one is a much better sip than the first one. Everything that this was missing, this delivers on the palate. That was a great first sip. Maybe another one. That's very sweet on the palate. Great mouthfeel. Nice finish. Not a big hug. Not overly proofed. That's awesome. That's a nice sip. Let's have a sip of sample number 3. A little swirl. Cheers, everybody. Still don't like the way that smells on the nose. Let's have this sip. So that's funny. That's actually a combination of both of those. Because this one gave me heat and spice. This one gave me a complexity and a finish that I really enjoyed. That's kind of a combination of both. It's got some heat. It's got a beautiful mouthfeel. It's got some complexity. A nice finish to it. This is a good one too. Shit, this is hard. As much as I like this one on the nose, I think this is my least favorite on the palate. There's just something off about that. It's overly spicy in a not good way. I can't really distinguish what that note is. It's just, I don't know. I don't like it though. That's definitely last on the palate. It comes down to these two. That's the one that I get the age on. Right there in that corner, I get that beautiful leather and tobacco. That's my favorite scent in a whiskey. A lot of ethanol on this one. It's hard to get past, but once you do, I get some dark fruit, some dark cherries. This one still takes it on the nose. Have another sip of this one. Like delayed reaction hug. That's such a good pour. These are all 125 proof or higher. None of them really drank very hot. That one, in my opinion, probably drinks the least proof. Not my favorite. Let's have one more sip of this one. They're both so good. Better nose. Does this one have the better palate though? For being a high proof Stagg, that's really easy to drink. It's flavorful. It's balanced. It's got a nice mouthfeel. Shit, can this one beat it? It's richer. It's more viscous. It has a thicker mouthfeel. As far as palate, I think this is gonna be palate and nose. I think this is my order. I have a little bit left in this. Let's just finish it. There's just something off-putting about that. I didn't really do any research on these before I did this. You know, I wrote down the proofs. Actually, I have them right here. 23A is 130.2, 23B is 127.8, and 23C is 125.9. So as the year progressed, they got lower in proof. That's really all I have as far as notes. This is my favorite. So let's turn it over. Least favorite to favorite. That's terrible. Whatever this is, 23C. 23C, 125.9. In my opinion, that is terrible. Coming in second place, 23B, 127.8 proof. And coming in first place, the highest proof, Batch A, coming in at 130.2 proof. I didn't really go into nose profile, palate profile. It was kind of just my overall opinion on the nose and on the palate. I'm not great at identifying notes on the nose and on the palate yet. That's kind of why I'm doing all of this. You know, I spent the first pretty much year of my bourbon journey and my whiskey journey kind of just getting acclimated to it. It took a while for me to go from bourbon cocktails to bourbon on the rocks to bourbon neat to enjoying higher proof bourbon, getting into rye. You know, a year ago, I couldn't even drink Stagg. This, when I first got this, I thought I was drinking like lit gasoline. It was so hot to me. 130 proof. This is 130.2. It was beautiful. Let me know what you guys think. If you've tried all three batches of Stagg from 2023, which is your favorite? Are you surprised to see that I disliked Batch C as much as I did? Do you agree that Batch 23A is the best of 2023? I thought there was a clear winner here, and it was definitely Batch 23A. I have a mess on the bar right now. Thank you for watching this episode of Bourbon Social's Whiskey Reviews, where I crowned Stagg Batch 23A, in my opinion, the best Stagg of 2023. Drop a comment and let me know what you think of this video. Let me know what you think of my order. 23A, 23B, 23C. Favorite, second favorite, least favorite. As always, thank you for watching. Make sure you hit that like button. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think of this video. Make sure you subscribe to the Bourbon Social YouTube channel. And as I always say, as I kind of feel right now, life is better with the buzz. Cheers, guys.